Dobra, witam w kolejnym odcinku. Jesteśmy w dzielnicy, o Jezus, w West Endzie. No i czeka nas trochę pogadanek z nowymi mieszkańcami. Więc zacznijmy od tej pani. O! Równouprawnienie.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me.
What?
Please, no. I'm too young to die.
Co?
I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait, no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reid. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashby. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
Wiesz co?
I understand
Charlotte?
she also taught
Trudno nie
you how to
rozpoznać mnie po
tease
tych
and
czerwonych
gently
oczach.
mock innocent young econs.
Mógłbym
It's a
zabić
pleasure to
rudej
meet you, Miss
córkę. 2,5 tysiąca? O Jezu, to na piątce dopiero. Co tutaj robisz?
Charlotte. What are you doing out here?
You mean what do I do outside at night since I am a woman? Let me ask you a question, sir.
Nie o to mi
Would you
chodziło.
ask the same question of a man?
Actually, yes.
Oczywiście, że tak.
I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside
Czemu
at
ty-
night, considering the risks.
Jeżeli walczysz za
Well, if you must
równouprawnieniem,
know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women.
to dlaczego
Why
gadasz?
should I wait to the age
A,
of
dobra.
30 years when men can vote at 21?
How are the locals reacting to your claims?
People here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how progressive
Ale
they
szczerze
are.
wam powiem, że
If
myślałem,
this
że
happens,
w
Emily
tej grze
and I
mimika
will
twarzy będzie
blow it
gorsza,
up.
nie?
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady. And who is this Emily?
She is my best friend and a
Okay.
suffragette too.
Emily
She
i
was
best
supposed
friend.
to campaign with me tonight,
Oni
but
są
hasn't
połączeni.
turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently,
Spokojnie, pójdziemy do
Emily
tego klubu,
started
nie?
to believe
Jak
in-
zdążymy w tym odcinku.
Well, she got interested in vampires. I'm
A co
afraid
jeżeli
she
to
might
ta,
be in
co
trouble.
wampir przez nią
Let
zginął?
me guess. You spoke to her about us, didn't you? Despite your mother's warning. I think I should try to find your friend.
Oh, that would be top notch. I can tell you where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr. Reid. And please, don't tell my mother.
Nad tym się szczerze zastanowię, czy nie powiem.
Are you a suffragette then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia. But women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte. I have shared your opinion for a long time. Even before I met Emmeline Pankhurst.
Really? Oh. Now I see why my mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
A dlaczego mówisz mężczyzn? Może ja chcę być nazywany jako osoba? Dlaczego tak, jak walczysz za równouprawnieniem, to może nie mów mężczyzna, kobieta, tylko osoba. Nie, dobra, nie będę z nią o tym dyskutował. To możesz mi powiedzieć o... Aha, ona jest adoptowana.
What do you
Dobra.
think about this part of town?
I was raised here and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Oczywiście, w West Endzie chyba mieszkała nasza matka, nie? Niestety nie żyje przez naszą siostrę, którą ugryźliśmy. Ale tam był jeszcze ten jej lokaj, więc może go tu spotkamy gdzieś, bo on się musi teraz chyba domostwem zajmować. Chyba, że to teraz będzie mój dom.
Is there something that's bothering you?
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste. Even when there was no epidemic.
Even if that's partly true, may I remind you that many charitable institutions are financed by the selfish and filthy rich.
I suppose you're right. But society must reform and renew itself or we are all done for.
Okej.
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley at night?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reid?
Ona ma jakiś dziwny fetysz z wampirami. Nawet nie chcę wiedzieć.
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
Zgaduję, że w West Endzie, to jest bogata dzielnica, to nie będzie dużo do leczenia. Już wszystkich stać na lekarstwo.
The correct word is ekon, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night. She told me everything when I turned 16, though I suspected the truth for a long time before that.
Okej.
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still spend a lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see? And one day, I'll have my death to face.
Oj, oj, oj. Głębokie.
What exactly has your mother told you about me?
Your name and profession, obviously, and the mystery about your maker.
Oj.
I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your
Jaka ta
sister,
gruda to jest
sir.
plotkara. Po co jej to
Mother says
gada?
it was not your fault.
A powie
Does it not
dalej.
scare you to know what I am? What your mother
Ja
is?
widzę, jak ktoś
Why should
plotkuje.
it? My
Albo
mother
obgaduje
is
za
the most
plecami.
compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reed? Or you?
Nie wiem, co powiedziała, bo się zamyśliłem.
Of course not. You have nothing to fear from me or your mother.
Good to know. And don't worry.
Ah,
My
dobra.
mother told me everything I need to know about vampire tricks, their nature as well as features.
Your mother is not like any other vampire I've met.
I believe she thinks the same about you, Dr. Reed.
Oboje jesteśmy wyjątkowi.
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me. If so, where are they buried? How was it for them to pass through life with a never-aging mother?
No pewnie nie było to łatwe.
Goodbye, Charlotte.
She's been quite busy these last few nights.
Dobra, mamy od niej śledztwo. Sobie znajdź dom Emily, to zaraz poszukamy. Już widzę, że jest. Ej, tu był jakiś gościu i teraz go nie ma. A, był. Ulotka z ostrzeżeniem, to wiemy. Clarence jakiś. O. Żeby to było tutaj?
Hello? Is anyone there?
Jonathan, is that you? I did not know you were back in London.
Fenus?
Oh, my dear Johnny. I'm so sorry for your loss. Mary was such a sweetheart.
Thank you, Venus. May I come in?
I was going to bed, actually.
Wymaga 4. poziom hipnotyzmu.
I'll
Dobra, ale muszę wrócić do tego dziadka. Tego dziadka niewidomego, bo on mi z tym braillem pomoże, a teraz mam już 3. poziom, to... No nie mogę wejść. To jest gdzieś tutaj bardziej. Musiał może z drugiej strony jakoś? Powalone trochę. Ale widać, że na bogato, co? Tam jeszcze jakiś pan w chacie był. Znaczy... w chacie. Który to jest jej dom? Tu? Nie. Tu? Nie. Niby tu, ale nie mogę wejść. Jakby it's locked, alright? I tyle. No dobra, może kiedy indziej. Popatrzmy, kogo jeszcze tutaj mamy w tej dzielnicy. To jest ta Charlotte, 3500, bardzo kuszące. Tu był jeszcze jakiś pan. O! Jest ten Clarence. A o coś o nim mamy. Kto to
Good
jest?
evening, sir. May I have your attention, please?
Come on, Johnny. Don't you recognize your oldest friend?
Clarence.
Clarence, o.
Clarence Crossley. How are you? My God. So you survived the war too. So sorry I didn't recognize you at first.
I almost didn't recognize you either. War does that to men, I heard. In my case, it was true, for I witnessed the horror that lies underneath.
Migrenkę masz. Na trójeczce jesteś. Zobaczymy, zobaczymy.
When did you escape the war and return to London?
You know what's funny? I almost never think about the war. Not anymore. I'm involved in another kind of battle now.
Już za walkę toczysz z wampirami?
I saw terrible things during the war. Horrors I thought I'd forget. They're here too. They're everywhere.
Wiedziałem.
Vampires.
I know what you mean. I haven't had much time to think about the war either since my return.
Of course. With the epidemic, I bet you've been busy as well. Forgive me, Johnny. I didn't want to sound selfish.
Luzik, luzik. O ulotkach na temat wampirów.
Clarence, why have you distributed leaflets about vampires all across the West End?
I have to warn everybody about them. They've killed thousands of people already, unnoticed thanks to the epidemic. We are all in danger here.
Vampires in London? Come on, Clarence. Who's going to believe that?
I'm not
Jonathan,
mad,
ty
Jonathan.
kurde niecny
You
huncwocie.
have to believe me.
Dobry jesteś
I
aktor.
know they are real. They're all around us, even as we speak.
Clarence, you've always been a reliable and a good friend to me. If you say you saw a vampire, then I believe you.
Thank you, Johnny. Thank you for your trust. You don't know what that means to me.
It's all right. But if you want my help, you have to explain exactly what happened.
The first time it was in Rouen. I saw an officer drink the blood of a soldier.
Wow.
I saw its teeth, saw it bite. It was a vampire, Johnny, and they're here too.
Spoko, spoko. No, troszkę jeszcze tylko 2 O, patrzcie!
How is your wife, Venus?
We've spent so much time away from each other, and so many things have happened.
Is everything all right at home?
No, już
Surely
chyba
Venus
samotnik,
was
co?
relieved to see you return from France in
A
one
to
piece.
on z
Not
Wenus!
what people are like in this part of town, Johnny. Venus fears for our family reputation. Now her husband has become the village idiot.
No, że to będziemy mieli z czym gadać z Wenus, jak będę miał
You
ten poziom
returned in
hipnotyzmu
one
4.
piece and you have a family. How many soldiers
Pewnie mi tak
consider
jeszcze zostało
Believe me,
4
it's
odcinki, może
quite
5
that
max.
simple.
Będzie koniec gierki,
Like
tak mi się
you,
wydaje.
I'm not the man I used to be.
Clarence, tell me about the vampire you saw in France.
I was enjoying my leave in Rouen. I left the bar, took a shortcut back to the barracks. I saw it in a back alley. An officer in a stained uniform, biting into a soldier's neck.
Did you ever see that officer again?
No. He wore the uniform of the Royal Warwickshire Regiment. I did some research but found no trace of him. He probably stole it from a previous victim.
Możliwe, możliwe.
But you were drunk, weren't you? Are you sure these two men were not just kissing?
Please don't insult me, Johnny. I hid, and I saw him leave. Then I saw the body, drained of all blood.
No kurde, to musiał być
Same
bardzo
marks
głodny
here
ten
in London
wampir.
since I've returned.
Jak całe ciało było suche, bez krwi.
Tell me what you have discovered about vampires, Clarence.
They've always been here. And if you search for long enough, you
Ja też
realize
jestem,
others
patrz
know
na moje
about these
oczy.
devils too. I'm not
I na
alone.
moje żyły.
What do you mean you're not alone? Who have you met?
The Guard of Prewin, the Brotherhood of St. Paul Stole, Ichabod Throgmorton. Those names always pop up when you dig deep enough.
Have you spoken with any of them?
No. With the quarantine, it's almost impossible to leave the West End. But as a doctor, maybe you could, Johnny.
Are you asking me to help you prove the existence of vampires, Clarence?
Yes, Johnny. Please, gather all the information you can find about vampires and bring it to me.
Kolejne
The only friend
śledztwo.
I have left. I need you.
Have you shared your research with anybody else?
No. But I've published my leaflets all across the city, hoping that someday someone will realize I'm printing the truth.
No i dobra, to na razie tyle. 1170. No nie jest to dużo.
You need...
Tutaj mamy jeszcze... O! Jest ten lokaj, czyli tu jest gdzieś moja chata blisko. Sklep Kalura, stan dzielnicy poważny. A czemu stan dzielnicy poważny? Na razie widzę, że tylko ten jest chory, ale widzę, że tu jest bardzo dużo ludzi. Zgaduję, że to jest jakiś wampir. Redgrave ten. To jest tu filar. To będzie sklepikarz
Good
pewnie.
evening, sir. Please forgive me for disturbing you. I'm a doctor.
I never judge a man by his title, but by his attitude. And you are not disturbing me at all. I am Calhoun Russell, and I welcome
Calhoun
you.
Russell.
Well, I must admit, it's good to receive a warm welcome for once. I'm Jonathan Reid.
Welcome, Dr. Reed. Welcome to my humble shop.
Zmęczenie. 4 wskazówki na
Do
5.
you need
You would save my life.
Proszę bardzo,
I
mam
cannot
2.
imagine the pain.
No problemo.
Is it not a little too late to be trading?
On the contrary, it is the perfect hour. Believe me, my friend, it is always at night that you meet the most fascinating characters.
So you prefer to work at night?
Oh, I also enjoy a sunny day like everybody else. But the night always has a certain je ne sais quoi of its own.
Nie wiem co to znaczy.
But what about the epidemic?
Je ne sais
The
quoi
bombs
avec
and
ton.
raids? And all the random violence?
Please, sir, this is London, England. We will prevail. And if a bomb must fall on my shop, then I'll be there to hear it falling.
Okej.
How is the situation in this part of town?
Life is good and peaceful. We're lucky to live in such an era of progress and wonders.
No
Are
czy
you
ja
not
wiem.
concerned about the epidemic?
Właśnie,
Oh,
epidemia,
I'm sure the
wampiry,
authorities
gule
would take the
i
appropriate
inne
measure
żule.
if the danger were that high.
I'm afraid the newspapers are seriously underestimating the situation. Things are critical, believe me.
Well, that's news then. But I can't believe that things are that bad. Are you sure you're not exaggerating a bit? For the thrill of it?
Nope.
What can you tell me about this place?
I recently found the best steak and kidney pie in the city. I'd be glad to share the address if you want.
I must confess, I have quite specific tastes when it comes to nutrition.
Really? Well, I'm always happy to try new exotic meals.
No to
If you
spróbuj
ever
jakieś
find an
damulki
intriguing
albo
table, please
damula.
share the address.
No niespodzianka londyńskiego smakosza. O kurwa. Co ja mam mu
Finding a
przynieść?
good restaurant. Is that really all that interests you?
Oh, I have many passions.
Mięso człowieka?
But nothing brings me ecstasy like subtle and exquisite flavors from my teeth to my belly.
To, że ma 5. To, że tu są takie na duże poziomy ci ludzie, bo nie mogę nikogo sobie zahipnotyzować.
Do you have any family nearby?
Not since my parents died. I'm London's lone gourmet.
Samotny smakosz
Lone
Londynu?
Gourmet. What a strange title.
I used that name in my early years when I was a food critic.
A, no i wszystko jasne.
Really? But you seem to be such a pleasant and sociable fellow.
I'm afraid the real hedonist has to be sometimes. I discovered ecstasy as a solitary pleasure, but it does not mean it can't ever be shared.
Okej.
I
Nabijmy
may
targu.
have a look at your goods.
Ho! O kurwa ile! Tyle pieniędzy to na świecie nie ma. Za 25 tylko? Dobra, jeszcze tu wrócę. Ten się tu dobija. To jest chyba nasza chata, naszej matki. No tak, to jest nasza chata.
Good evening, Avery.
Mr. Jonathan, I can't believe my own eyes. Oh, you have come back too late, sir.
I know.
Far too late.
I know, Avery. I know about Mary and my mother.
I'm so sorry. It was my duty to watch over her. She left the house in the middle of the night. The police said...
It's all right, Avery.
The police said her body was found near your sister's grave in Whitechapel. You're the master of the house now.
Czyli moja chata, no.
I'd understand if you fired me, sir.
Przeziębienie. I na 4. No,
Do you need...
I won't
proszę bardzo.
Here is your...
Thank you very much.
How was life in this house while I was away?
It was sad, sir. Miss Mary moved here in July after she lost her baby and husband. So I stayed to serve both her and your mother.
Okej. Jak się miała Mary?
How was Mary?
Miss Mary went out looking for you every night.
A czemu mi
after you
pokazuje?
had written to say that you were coming back. She was sure you were alive. She'll never know she was wrong.
Zaraz. Dlaczego mi pokazuje dostępną wskazówkę o mojej matce, jak moja matka nie żyje? To jest jakiś chyba spoiler.
How was my mother?
Miss Reed was very frail. After Miss Mary was found dead, your mother started talking to herself. She said she was speaking to the dead.
No i rozmawiała z
She
Mary.
even said that she had seen you.
What is the situation in this part of town?
For a time, the West End seemed spared by the epidemic. But the situation is getting much worse.
Have you no relatives anywhere? I'll understand if you want to take a few days to see family.
Your father managed to guarantee my earnings as long as I take care of this house, sir. My sisters are dead, and I've never met my nephews. I'll stay, sir.
Okej.
I'm sorry I could not be here for Mary's funeral.
Your mother was strong, sir, but your support would have been appreciated. Apart from the priest and I, no one else attended your sister's funeral.
To be present at the funeral with you both was my dearest wish, Avery. But I'm sorry, I simply could not attend.
I would not dare to question your absence, Mr. Jonathan. All I can say is that we missed you a great deal during these difficult days.
What are the arrangements for my mother's funeral?
There will be no funeral, sir. No ceremony whatsoever.
What? Dlaczego?
Because of the sanitary situation.
Where is her body then?
I'm afraid your mother's body was moved to a mass grave somewhere. I have no other information. Civil service is paralyzed, sir, and London is crumbling down.
Tell me the truth, Avery. Do you feel forced to stay here? Would you leave this house without the arrangement made by my father?
No, sir. I have nowhere else to go.
Okej.
And I promised your father I'd take care of his family.
Czyli jest
as long
szczery w
as
tym,
I
co mówił wcześniej.
This house is dead, Avery. There is a curse on this family. You really should consider leaving.
If only you could have been here sooner or more often. Maybe this house would not be that empty. But you're here now, sir. So my task is not over.
Dobrze, służyliście rodzinie, zrozumiem, że odejdziesz, porozumienie.
You have served this family extremely well, Avery. Your support during these terrible times is much appreciated.
Then I will stay. All I ask is that you take care of my own funeral if I die before the end of the epidemic. No mass grave, please.
No go to nie chce zabijać, no.
Do you really think I neglected my mother, Avery?
Yes.
I see.
Ha!
Well, please go on. Speak freely. It's not as if there is anything left to treasure in this house.
Just like your father, you always had this capacity to focus only on what interests you. It surely helped you become a great doctor, but not such a great son.
No i mamy wszystko, 4000. Na 4, ale go nie chcę zabijać.
Thank you.
Your bed... Oh, sir. What a terrible tragedy.
No, bardzo terrible. O kurde, jaka hacjenta. Fajna. No, no, no. Mam nadzieję, że na górze mam swój pokój, co? Gdzieś. Holy shit. Chyba tutaj.
I cannot enter.
Zamknięte drzwi. Czemu mi się z opóźnieniem... Co tu robią kwiaty? Blokowano kryjówkę. Okej. Kimura, jest tam kto? Jakiś Kimura tu gada. Kimura Fajura. Kurde, tego opium muszę. Tego opium bym musiał znaleźć. Kurde, ile tego trzeba. Dobra. Niewielki klucz. Niech ktoś mi pomoże. Ktoś tu krzyczy. Kurwa, 29. Jezus, co ty... Co ty tu robisz?
It's locked.
Płaczę, biedny.
Yes, sir?
Thank you, Ava.
Your bed... Oh, sir. What a terrible tragedy.
Ktoś tu krzyczał. Tu. O kurwa. O, szpak! Ona pierdzi jak ucieka. I to tak mocno. Ale mnie zapierdziała. A czemu mi życie spada? Tą krwią naprawdę mam teraz przesrane. Ja pierdzielę, jak on mnie walnie na... Naprawdę muszę sobie życie zwiększyć. O chuj, no zobaczcie! Ile on mi zabiera, ja pierdzielę. Jak mam go stamtąd wyciągnąć?
This is despicable.
Gościu, możesz wyjść.
I have this thirst for blood.
Gościu nie chce wyjść. Zaraz mu pomogę. Chyba z drugiej strony. Tak, ja jestem. O, kurwa! Ale mnie wystraszył, jebany! Ile oni mi zadają obrażeń? Jest przesrane. Ktoś się uleczył? O szwak. Kurwa, ile mi zadaje obrażeń. Dużo to mu nie zadało. Muszę sobie naprawdę ulepszyć już tą broń. Masakra. Dzień dobry. Dostałem Andrzeja.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. Do you need help, sir?
I think I'm fine. But what happened to my jailer? Be careful. He's as vicious as he is strong.
You don't have to worry about him anymore.
Zabiłem go, ale łatwo nie było.
I am Tadao Kimura. I was imprisoned by this lunatic for several days. I thought I was going to die here.
You're not going to die now, Mr. Kimura. If you hurry, you should be able to get home safely.
It seems that I owe you my life. You have all my gratitude.
Wyskakuj z kasy, bo mi potrzebna.
Since it is the most precious thing I possess.
Na czwórce.
Goodbye.
Czekajcie, a kto jest tutaj w tej dzielnicy sam? Ten jest sam. Tu ktoś jest sam. To też ci tu są sami. Ci też są sami. Więc ja mam tutaj duże pole do popisu, żeby kogoś tak zabić, wiecie. I się nachapać. Więził tu pana, co? Herezja krwieczysta, znamy to miejsce. Okej. Trochę hajsu panu zostawił. A co tam mieliśmy jeszcze za śledztwo? Weź wyjątkową restaurację. Wyjątkowa restauracja jest gdzieś tam. A, to już kiedyś byłem. Wyjątkowa restauracja. Tam jest jeszcze jakaś. Tu jest jeszcze jakaś. Lady Ashbury. Jakieś dialogi kolejne. Dr. Swansea dialogi. O Jezus, nie ten guzik. O, tu jest też jakaś. Gdzieś mi tu pokazywało. O Boże, 26.
It ain't human. Get it. Leech, boys.
Oż ty kurwo. Ale co na ludzi dobrze działa.
Bastard.
Na ludzi działa bardzo dobrze. Temple Garden. O kurwa. No chyba sobie robicie jaja, jak ja mam to przejąć? Nie ma chuja we wsi. Próbować mogę. No powiem tak. Fajnie nie było. Wolę na początek zabić pana Big Balls. O nie, odsuń się, odsuń się. Mam dziwne wrażenie, że ktoś chodzi po górze. Ślepy smakosz.
A restaurant where the guests are blindfolded before being seated. Intriguing.
Chodzi po górze, ale nie wiem jak wejść na górę. A. No nie, no chciałem... O, to jest dobre kombo. Dziabnąć. Znaczy, walnąć z tego, dziabnąć. Nawet spoko. What the fuck? Żadna dubeltówka. Ale... Dlaczego tu jest tyle krwi? Nie rozumiem. Tu wszedł. Wszedł na górę. Wszystko dotykał rączką. Dobra, to musi być gdzieś w tamtą stronę. Może pan smakosz to naprawdę jest taki smakosz? Kurwa, tam są gule. Nienawidzę guli. Naprawdę, to są strasznie mocni. Słyszę jak fapią tam. O Jezus, znowu gdzie ten guzik. Ale dobra, bo to mi i tak nie zabiera tego. Lepiej używać. Muszę sobie tego ulta ulepszyć. Za zabranie mi życia. O kurwa. Chodź! Nie!
This is Braille.
O, kolejna
I
z
need
Braillem.
someone who can read this.
Ja już wiem, kto to może odczytać. Dobra, to się przyda. No to już mamy wszystkie 3 z Braillem. Oczywiście. Ale powiem tak, ten West End jest dziki. nie chcę. Strasznie dziki West End. Gdzieś niby kolejna jest. Niby tu. Ja kurczę.
Women of all countries unite!
Dzianka dla Kalona Russella.
Good evening, Dr.
I have found a restaurant that could satisfy you, Mr. Russell.
O! A to już od razu za pierwszym razem?
And exotic restaurant in London.
Really?
It's a place where you eat in complete darkness.
My, oh my, how interesting.
2 stówki dostałem. No to zajebiście. Mogę sobie kupić 2 razy to. 2 razy to może też. Do ponownego użycia, to tylko do sprzedaży. To tylko do sprzedaży. Tam jakąś dubeltówkę niby zdobyłem. 31. Ale ja tej rzeczy nie używam. Śledztwo zakończone. Ale gdzie są ci inni ludzie? Chciałbym jeszcze trochę poeksplorować. Może w środku? Wychodzę czy nie wychodzę jeszcze z West Endu? Wygląda na strasznie dużą powierzchnię do zbadania. Tylko że nie widzę jakby ludzi. Oj! Gdzieś wszedłem. Niechcący. Niechcący. Kanały portowe, stan krytyczny, ale nie chciałem. Dobra, ten cały odcinek poświęcimy temu West Endowi, poeksplorujmy sobie go jeszcze. No muszą dziś ci ludzie być, nie?
It's locked.
Może tu? A nie, bo tu już jest chyba wejście do tego klubu. Tak. Gdzie ci ludzie? O! Tu jest jakaś pani.
Good evening, miss. Can I help you? I'm a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reid.
I am Karina Billow. I don't need any doctor. The rats. Where are the rats?
Miss, you don't seem well at all.
Co to, jakiś lęk przed
Are you
szczurami?
afraid of rats? Has one bitten you?
No, it's me who bites them. Tasty, juicy,
What the fuck?
disgusting rats. I can't stop eating them. Help me, please. Help me to disobey the voice.
Nie no, jest zdrowa. Ona jest po prostu chora na umyśle. A czy jest samotna? Krąg społeczny, brak relacji. Okej. To mogę se schapać.
Tell me about yourself, Miss Billow.
Bo więcej bym chciał od niej się dowiedzieć, żeby mieć
I'm
więcej
hungry.
punktów.
Need to eat. Have you got something for me? Blood, perhaps? Can you give me blood, Dr. Reid?
Don't you remember who you are, miss? What you did for work?
I was strong, proud. I campaigned for good causes. But that was before. It does not matter anymore. I'm so hungry.
Jesus.
What happened to you?
The rats. The answer hides in their little crunchy bones. Their juicy, tiny brains.
Miss Billow, please, try to concentrate. Why do you worry about rats so much?
The voice in my head. He forces me to do so. Drink their blood, he said. Eat their flesh.
Stwórca?
Tell me about the voice in your head. Who is it? Can you describe it? Is it someone you know? Someone you met?
Keep your mouth shut, he said. Don't ever speak about me or I'll abandon you. Help me, please, Doctor.
Okej.
Do you feel compelled to obey that voice, Miss Billow? Even if you're loath to submit to it?
Yes. Please.
Trochę mi jej szkoda.
Help.
Chyba jednak nie ukąszę.
What is the local news hereabouts, Miss Billow?
Shadows. Shadows hunting shadows. Whispers in the dark. Pestilence. Suffering. Death.
Więcej tu się na razie nie dowiem.
I must go.
Może jakoś pani pomogę. Proszę się na razie trzymać. Może będę w stanie jakoś pomóc pani. Jarzym chyba jest. A, ja po prostu takie kółeczko zrobiłem. To jest ta Wenus. O fuck, nie tu. Muszę mieć 4. poziom hipnotyzmu. Ty, no naprawdę, nie widzę tu więcej ludzi. To mnie trochę niepokoi. Te drzwi odblokowałem. Skrócik. O, a co to? O kurwa, ile krwi. Panie, nie musimy walczyć. Ale jak pan chce, to powalczy. Jestem wyjątkowy. Gdzie ta krew prowadzi? Jezu, ile krwi. A czy to nie jest ta krew, co ja ją kiedyś śledziłem? Tak, to jest ta krew. Dobra, to nie. To nieważne. Nie mogę nikogo znaleźć w tym West Endzie. Strasznie to jest jakby dziwne. Dziwne rozmieszczenie, wiecie o co mi chodzi. To trudno kogoś znaleźć w tym West Endzie. Ale dobra, no nie poddawajmy się. Prędzej czy później na kogoś trafię jeszcze, nie? Muszę się bardziej rozglądać. Dobra, dajmy temu gościowi na tą migrenę.
Good evening. Do you need... What can I hope? You need some rest.
On miał jeszcze ode mnie na wampiry, nie? Znajdź wściekłość wulkodu. Aha, znajdź 6 artykułów. Dobra, tu jest ta Country Unite, tu jest ten. A tu co jest? Aha, tu byłem, dobra, tu byłem. Tu była ta pani od szczurów. Tu jest Temple Garden już. Jakby wyjście, nie? O kurwa. Widzicie to?
I cannot enter.
Okej. O Jezu, przepraszam.
This is despicable.
Przepraszam, Jonathan, nie chciałem go gryźć.
It's locked, all right.
Kurwa, wszędzie zamknięte. Nie wejdę tutaj. Ale dobra, to i tak jest... No tej dom Emily też nie mogę. Coś tam się dzieje na pewno tutaj. To jest już West End. Dobra, ten West End jest dziwny. Ten West End jest bardzo dziwny. Nie, tu już jest Temple Garden. Ale dlaczego nie mogę wejść do domu Emily? Bardzo dziwne. Bardzo, bardzo dziwne. Ona ma gdzieś tam na górze. Tylko że ja czuję, że ja muszę przez dom Wenus wejść. Tak mi się wydaje. Ale niestety Wenus mnie nie wpuści, bo nie mam hipnotyzmu na 4. Bo się rozglądam i nigdzie nie widzę, jakbym mógł wejść przez którąś stronę. To już jest jakby koniec West Endu. Dobra, zostawiajcie łapki w górę, subujcie kanał. Widzimy się w kolejnym odcinku i wchodzimy do klubu Ascalon. Pa, pa!